Good morning, friends. It's a little chilly. 69. It's not that chilly, but I had to put my I just put the shirt on, so it hasn't been warmed up yet. I watched my interview with Lily, and it was pretty good. Like, I'm proud of myself. I feel like I made some good history yesterday. I put out my plans for the greater Israel and how America can help Israel acquire that land through a peaceful purchase. And then I was able to put out my ideas for being the ambassador to Iran, which were to help Iran build a pipeline to China to sell their oil in perpetuity in the future, and that America would help them financially by buying the next 10 years of their oil up front. So they sell 52 billion a year in oil, and I propose that they sell all their oil to America, and Israel wouldn't fuck with them because that's our money now. The next 10 years of Iran is America's money, so Iran would be off limits from Israel. And then creating the greater Israel, America would help finance that and bring it to life. We would, the previous nations that were there, half of the money from the oil would be shared with the previous nation's citizens. And Greater Israel would become a state within the United States, and that we would disarm Israel from their nuclear weapons, and Israel's protection would come from the United States. So this is brokering peace. It's expensive. It's a little unconventional. It is possible, okay? With the right attitude, anything's possible, and with the wrong attitude, nothing's possible. It's just desert land. Nobody, people who lives in northern Saudi Arabia, not many people. It's not a cozy place to be. Is Iraq cozy? Is Syria cozy? Not really. Only the places on the coast are cozy. Lily asked a good question. What about the people living there? Where do they go? Well, they can be given an option to leave or an option to stay. And if they leave, maybe $500,000 so they can build a new home someplace else. And if they stay, they're going to have to sign some kind of contract for being peaceful. You don't get to stay and still be warring. But since Israel would be part of America, what's America do with disgruntled people? Housing projects. Let's say this corner are the disgruntled people. Then we move in black people as a containment system. And then the black people push out the disgruntled people over time. So it would make more sense to take the hush money and just move somewhere else. After watching my interview with Lily, I realized how little I know about the real history of the Bible. Like, if Bible was the spaces on the Monopoly board, I'm like, well, free parking, boardwalk, a railroad, get out of jail free, Vermont Avenue, Baltic. Reading Railroad, Pennsylvania Railroad, B&O Railroad. I wonder how many of these slices. I can't remember all of the Monopoly, if it was a, I probably remember 80% of the Monopoly pieces, but for the Bible, oh, we're down in the single digits. Uh, if I was on Jeopardy and all the things were uh, things that happened in the Bible, ladies from the Bible, men from the Bible, uh, WTF from the Bible, I'd be like, uh, bleep, Lambright, for $250, I would like, what the fuck from the Bible? Moses was on a mountain and this thing was on fire. Beep. What is a burning bush? Correct. I wouldn't win this episode of Things in the Bible. Not at all. I'm really grateful that Lily had me on her show. She said she felt betrayed because I was a Jew. I'm a convert. Like, I want her to know that real Jews don't accept me either, except for my best friend. And a few other Jews, like one Jewish woman I was talking to, she's in her 20s or something, lives in Israel. She's like, the people who convert to Judaism are the most real Jews because they want to be here. Like Jews who were born into it, well, they don't necessarily want to be Jews. They go along with it, but they don't want to devour Judaism like a convert does. And so, like, I'm actually really interested in learning as much as I can with some reason, because I'm financially destitute. I'm not supporting myself. So I need to find a living. And once I get some more safety and security, I would like to dedicate more time to learning about, I want to call it deep Judaism. My friend Chick has shared with me lots of the things he loves about being a Jew. And I really feel grateful for that. He's shared with me just lots of things, how to pronounce things. Yeah. A lot of our conversations are about Yiddish words too. But like I shared with Lily, I don't know the name of it in Judaism, but if you see a stick and somebody's about to trip on that stick and they're a Gentile, you still have a legal obligation to say, stop, you're about to trip on that stick, or there's a hole and they don't see the hole and they're going to get injured. You have a moral obligation to go out of your way to stop them from getting injured. That's such a beautiful thing. That's a love of humanity. And then if you're a Jewish man and you own a crop, you leave like 5 or 10% of your crop. Somebody says for me to go to hell. Well, there is no hell. So you're offering me a vacation that doesn't exist. Maybe the real hell is Christianity. Maybe that's the real hell. But I don't know enough about Christianity to judge it. When people argue about religion, I feel like it's somebody arguing about some episode of The Simpsons. Hey, Pat, what's this history moment? Alex, I'll take what the fuck for 1,000. Ding, 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 ding. Daily double, Wayne. Moses was being chased out of Egypt. And he came to this great body of water called, beep, Lambright. What's your answer? What is the Red Sea? You got it right, what, Lambright? You know, Bible Jeopardy? How about just a whole series called Bible Jeopardy? And it's full of nothing but Bible experts. And it's religious Jeopardy. And you got the Talmud, you got the Bible, you got the Quran. Are you going to drop the D on that podcaster? I don't think so. I don't think so. She's a young woman, and she's got a lot of thinking to do for her life. I'm proud of her for doing a podcast. I don't want to take anything away from her. And I want to say that if you are a beautiful young woman like Lily, I would encourage you to start your own podcasting series. You will attract a large audience because people of that age want to interact with you. To me, this was evident when I saw a young Asian woman, personally not attractive to me, but she was just eating food. I'm like, wait, what? This woman's popular in China? 200,000 people tune into her every day to watch her eat noodles. And I'm like, am I missing something here? Is it just as simple as she's cute to somebody? And it was that simple. Yeah, so like ladies, God has given you life on easy mode through social media. But don't let us stop you from working or living a life of drudgery, wage slaving. Yeah, but by all means, oh yeah, fuck social media. I got to go to work, get my minimum wage. See you later, losers. You're like, all right, if that's the cross you have to bear. But if I was a woman, I would throw that cross down and pick up my social media and start getting some life on easy mode money. You created Baby Billy's Bible bonkers. Jeopardy Religious Edition. Oh, how about just Jeopardy for the Talmud Jeopardy? Ding, ding, ding. Rabbi Shammai, like daily, it'd be well, I've only read some of the Talmud. The one category, sex with women in the Talmud. Alex, I would like sex with women for 1,000. Ding, 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 ding. Daily shekel double. You got it, Rabbi Shmuley. This would work, especially with Christianity. The Christian Jeopardy show where all the answers are from the Bible. You would have all these Bible scholars. You could have the teen version. That would really give Christians something to look forward to. What is Mark 9.2? Another category, other types of Bibles. Ding, ding, ding. Alex, Wayne, what is your answer? Other types of Bibles that are bullshit. What is the Schofield Bible? No more religious dunking here. Well, apparently the stock market's crashing. Let me show you some horrific numbers right now. 39%. That is RH. Let me bring Solomon's camera here. Apple 8%. Wow. Oh. But here's the most tanked. RH 5 and below. Well, that makes sense. All the stuff from China. Daily Semiconductor. Wayfair. Wow. Here's my theory on this current stock market situation. So Trump proposed all these steep tariffs, and the market is reacting right now. And in a few days, these nations who will be severely affected will remove the tariff they have on us. They'll be like, listen, we were charging you 35%. Like Vietnam is 90% tariff. I bet you Vietnam is going to drop their tariff to like 5%. And then Trump will say, okay, well, then we'll drop our tariff to 5%. So Trump is actually doing free trade through extortion. If you think it's bad in America today, think how bad it is in China. You got people jumping out of windows in China, most likely. With America 56% tariff, they're thinking that people aren't going to be buying our cheap, never needed it to begin with gadgets from Team U or whatever. Pat says the last real Bible scholar was Dr. Gene Scott. Interesting. I like the stories from the Bible. I mean, they're like fairy tales. Church was really hard for me. I mean, I went to Catholic school, and I only had to go to church once a week. We said prayer at dinner. As an altar boy, I had to go to church twice on the weekend, like once on Saturday and once on Sunday, working. I'd space out, while the priest was doing his sermon. It was kind of hard to, if that 1 hour, it really felt like 4 hours. It was hard. But I think that's what life is like when you're younger, is you haven't experienced a lot of the world, so your time is very precious to you. Your concept of time is limited because you've only been alive. Like, let's say you're a 10-year-old. You've only experienced 10 years. And ask a 10-year-old to imagine being 20, that's 100% of their life. That's doubling it. But to ask a 20-year-old what it's like to be 40, they can't fathom it because it's 100% more. But the older you get, your perception of time shrinks. I mean, that's kind of like how I feel about it. Well, the good news for me and my Lily broadcast was 6,000 people saw it, and she has a large Christian audience. I probably didn't make any new friends over there. And I did introduce them to anti-gravity, and I think my message will get carried. Probably get carried further because they might be so like, Wayne was so crazy. Why'd you let a guy talk about anti-gravity and being ambassador to Iran and Greater Israel? That'll never happen. It was a fair proposal, paying people for their land. Lily even thought I was paying too much. Well, that's the point. Make everybody happy. Shiny beads for the Indians. I got some red beads. I got some green beads. I got some turquoise beads. What do you want? We got pre-drilled beads. We want it all, Wayne. All right, here's your bags of beads. They're like, all right, here's the territory of Ohio. It's all yours. So for some phony money, we might be able to exchange some territory. Also, those territories, we could stop our embargoes and our sanctions, and we could invest in their infrastructure to help them become part of the global community, manufacturing and selling products. Pat, it's a wonderful idea. I'm not sure she's interested in it. I'm pushing 60 here. I'm 56, going to be 57 in October. I'm not sure how many women are interested in an older guy like me, but I leave it up to the women to decide if they're interested in me. I'm not interested in promotion. Like, hey, babe, let's go out to dinner. Nah, I don't really want to. Win. Come on, let's do it. What do you have to lose? Except your waistline. Well, let me turn off. I might have some parasitical things grabbing bandwidth. I know this. I'm pretty sure that's off. No, that's not off. Oh, shit. So it's on the Wi-Fi, and now it's off. The stream should get better. Okay, so I think by next Tuesday, whatever losses are happening today and tomorrow, Friday might even be worse than today. Ooh, Bank of America down 9%. It's kind of big for a bank. Whatever happens will be discussed over the weekend, and the other nations will have time to react. And then by Monday, other nations will change their policy, and whatever is being lost to Thursday and Friday, the 3rd and the 4th, will be gained back on the 5th. Hey, Mr. Wizard. Yeah, we're probably gonna see more volatility in the markets. But like Trump said, he's trying to bring jobs to America, and maybe he'll be able to do it. You know, Joe Biden, Sleepy Joe, was kind of rational. Like he wasn't trying to bring jobs to America. Remember, he was going to fix America's terrible pipes. All the lead pipes were supposed to get fixed with new pipes. That never happened. They were supposed to do all this infrastructure stuff. It never happened. They even had something like internet for people who live in the boonies, like me. No, I can't get internet. Internet for poor people. They won't. I qualify for it, but it's not available to me. They could give me, what do you call it? Starlink, but no. So the Democrats just lie. They're just lying. And they're full of shit. Why have these things available to people, but you can't get it? They're like, yeah, it's not in your area. Sorry. It's bullshit. I really think America is, I think it's permanently broken. I'm not sure if it's going to be fixed. I feel pretty cynical. But I'm still trying. Like yesterday, I think I made international news. I came up with a solution for the Iran problem. I'm not aware of anybody else trying to move the Palestinians to another territory, offering Iran money for the land, offering the people money to move. I've never heard of anybody putting numbers to the greater Israel. Some people were trying to say on Twitter that that's not true. Israel doesn't want greater Israel. They're wearing patches. The Israel IDF have patches that show greater Israel. So I brought to life a narrative that is not heard by many people. Yeah, and on April 1st, I wrote my campaign promises for governor and ambassador to Iran, put those on my website, so that's good. I went for a moto last night, and I started with the choke on, then I ride around for a while, and then I pull over and stop and push off the choke and then start it back up. Well, after like 5 minutes, I went and did that, and then I got it started 3 times, but I couldn't keep it running, and then the battery went dead, and so I had to push it home, and I only had to push it home like 600 feet, but it wasn't easy. I had to stop a bunch of times and take off my gear, and it was a workout. But that's the point of the moto, is I got to work out. It's on the charger right now. Trump team admits this is a consumption tax. A consumption tax is a tax levy on consumption spending on goods and services. The tax base of such a tax is the money spent on consumption. You think it sounds like a vacuum leak? It could be, Pat. I'll know today. I suspect it'll start right up. I think if the battery had been like weak, I probably could have. It almost started 3 times, but I went to give it more gas and it sputtered, and I couldn't remember if I had the choke in or out. And I'm just gonna turn up the idle so it idles a little bit higher. I got good weather for the next 5 days, so I got a lot of work to do. Get my insulation in. My kitchen is right here, but I'm gonna move it outside because winter's over, number one. Yeah. I'm gonna have to redo this wall and get rid of the big door and turn it in, maybe buy a normal door. I'm not gonna do that yet. I'm gonna put the insulation on 3 walls. I gotta build a little building for my batteries, make it very lockable. Maybe even surround it with chain link fence and barbed wire. Oh, Pat, you might like this idea. I found another trailer for about $1,200, and I thought about buying the trailer and putting my solar panels on it. So if my solar panels are on a trailer, I'm not breaking any laws because it's movable, and just doing that. Something I'm thinking about doing. And then the panels are kind of, well, the panels would be in stationary, in driving mode, they're like this. But when you park it, you can go like this. Hello, Drift Speed. Good morning. Ooh, I had some pictures of the solar panel thing. Yeah, let me show it to you. Yay. I love engineering. Here it is. So on this one here, I could have another row of panels, and then on here, another row of panels that when they're in transportation mode, they flip. So this is double and they're facing each other. Then they're vertical, and then this one comes up and that one flips for storage, transportation. But when you unpack it, it comes out, and this one come out. And then I could put some weights to help balance out, because it would be a little bit off weight. Somebody's selling this system they've designed for $4,000, including the panels. It's actually bolted here. It's not welded. I think I remember it being bolted. Yeah, it looks like there's bolts right there. There's this guy, Cory Borker. He's maybe the Senate. He spoke for 25 hours. This is why we need drug testing. You got to be on drugs to be awake that long. Here's a video about U.S. secretly classifies breakthrough science. I mean, I think most of us know that. Here's something that I think is really cool. A lap pool, an above ground lap pool. They're selling it for $8,000. They had it custom made. Here's another look at it. I took an old graphic, which is this one. This is tomorrow, America under communism, and I turned it to this. This is now, America under Zionism. Then I went further and turned it into communism equals Zionism and global fascism. I know it's a bit of a mouthful, but why not? And then I took this graphic, which I thought was good. It was just like the working class here and the rich. And I turned it into I added the GOP working class here and the Democrat working class here, and then I called these people Zionists. Fiat money scam, private bank. Yeah. It's okay to... Yeah. Yeah. This is the black dude. His eyes, somebody mentioned his eyes were all 25 hours, no taking a piss or anything. I mean, I don't know if he's on drugs. I couldn't do 25 hours. Maybe I could train for it. Here's the Greater Israel patch. This is the Greater Israel part. And here's what it looks like on a big map. This has nothing to do with politics, but it's a beautiful engine. Pat might like it. It's a W12 Volkswagen Le Mans engine. It was never used. Volkswagen built this W12, and they built this engine for Le Mans, but they never used it. What did he even talk about? Apparently nothing, Drift Speed. Apparently Cory was just yammering. I guess he wanted to break the record. He was complaining about Trump. Wayne, what do you know about the dimension or realities like the multiverse? Well, you know, the whole concept of other dimensions was really hard for me to accept. And when I maybe 5 years ago when I was learning about it, they said there was 4 dimensions and there was 11. And then I heard something that made me feel more comfortable, which was no matter what dimension you're in, when you look up at the stars, the constellations are all the same. I'm like, okay, that sounds nice. Then, like, time is our invention, and there's only one This moment is eternal. But there is yesterday, and there could be tomorrow. And like every split second is a type of a dimension. So then they're saying that there's infinite dimensions, and whoa, that really hurts the brain. Yeah, like sideways dimensions. Well, yeah, like so the clock, like what time is it? Is this on? All right. It's 12:20. But there could be infinite dimensions of 12 or 10:20. I'm sorry, 10:20. There could be infinite dimensions that are parallel to our life right now. So if a time traveler, like if you time travel and you change some history, it would only change it in that dimension. It's really exciting stuff to think about. I think time travel has to do with electricity. Somehow on the sideways stuff, it allows us to break through this reality and jump through it like a doorway. And now maybe the doorway is a tunnel, and when we exit, we're in a different dimension. But I think there's like some type of electricity, spinning high voltage electricity has the ability to make that jump. I also believe that our government knows about it. There was another guy named Wayne who was running for president. He's an attorney in Washington, and he talked about his father was in charge of a time travel thing. And there's also the hypervisor. Allegedly, the Vatican had a television screen that you could see like dinosaurs and see Jesus. You could go back in time and visually see. Well, drift speed, the spinning, like we've seen the jet that was flying, the one that disappeared. So the jet's flying, and then let's see if I can do it with some Q-tips. Here's it, and the Q-tips they're rotating constantly, not back and forth, but in a full motion. And so they're creating a vortex of high voltage, which is tearing apart space-time, and then it just it goes through that. Yeah, a toroidal field, and then there's a threshold when it goes through the field, and there's enough where it gets sucked into it. I really want to experiment. Like I've thought about building a stationary wheel, a circle, stationary, that has a contact rings for electricity, and then it's like a circle roller coaster, and I would put at least 3 magnetic fields on roller skates, so when you turn it on, it's going like this, but it's not connected by wires. The roller skates, one wheel is positive and one wheel is negative, and I'll draw it. I'll draw what it looks like. Like I'm not even sure if this would work, but it would be easy enough to build and easy enough to try. So just imagine roller skates and a way that it grabs the backside of it so it doesn't fall off. and this one side is positive and one is negative, and then that the electricity powers the magnetic field, a coil that the coil would come out more towards you, like this way. And as it's spinning, that could potentially tear apart where we are with high voltage. I don't know. We might, one more thing is, then we shoot directional energy of negative high voltage in the middle. So then we open up a toroid, and then it's high energy. So your job is to jump into this. And then this is like a water hose, and the water hose of electricity pushes you into the vortex. If I was going to try to build something, I might try to build that. Also, I would research. I would do a lot of research of, well, let's pull up the H.G. Wells time machine, because one day I was like, oh, holy shit, is this actually a disclosure? Because that kind of makes sense. Yeah, I really do need to build something. Well, I showed you I got the batteries here. So I got 5 batteries now. And that means I've got air conditioning well into the evening. And I'm going to build a little kitchen outside, which will free up more space in here, and I can start doing some work. I realized, like, actually, April 1st was a hard day for me, because I realized how really addicted to 4chan I am. I'm a couch potato. I'm not being productive like I should be. There's lots of other things I'm not getting done in my life. What about implementing crystals in the rotational ring? Yeah, I mean, the thing with the crystals, let's say this is a crystal, all right? If I squeeze it, electricity comes out. So maybe I wrap it with wire, and I pulse it, and that crystal is generating more electricity than it takes to pulse it. I think that's possible. I thought the other day, why don't I get a crystal? I should buy one from eBay, wrap it with wire, then take the 2 ends of the wire and epoxy it here and epoxy it there on the crystal. So it's wrapped and epoxied. Then, to jumpstart it, first of all, then I put it on like wood, and I don't touch it. Then I put 2 electrodes, or just one electrode, one output of like a Tesla coil. So I zap it, and by zapping it, that electricity will squeeze the crystal. Then the crystal will exert electricity that the coil will induce, and that electrical induction of the electricity will pulse the crystal again to make more electricity in an endless loop. So it'd be zap, zap, then it would just start vibrating. And then you could put some like LED lights on the wires, and it would tell you how much electricity. You could put like a voltmeter on it, and it would start pulsating all by itself. It would be oscillating. I'm like, crystal vibrate with any input like those particle detectors deep underground. Well, it's the piezoelectric effect, which is piezo squeeze. And when you squeeze a crystal, it makes electricity. And the inverse is if you put electricity on a crystal, it will squeeze. And then when you take the electricity off the crystal, it should make electricity. Or you could join two crystals together side by side, and each one has its own winding. And if I pulse this crystal on there's two phases, the up and then the down, and on the down phase it would pulse this crystal, and when on its down phase it would pulse this crystal. So they would be in harmony. They would be alternating oscillations. Like this is the top of the sine wave, this is the bottom of the sine wave, and that itself might be an over unity electricity maker. I definitely would like to experiment with it. All right, let me write down bicrystal. I also want to learn to make my own crystal by using cream of tartar, distilled water. You need a seed, but you can grow your own crystals, big ones too. And you got to put them in an oven at like 400 degrees. Pius, I forget his name. He's the guy who had that anti-gravity patent, who gave it to the Navy. In the V shape, these are corridors that are square, and they're lined with crystals. And he says that's the power source. And then they have a microwave energy that just vibrates them. And then they vibrate and they produce additional, it's like an over unity effect of electricity. And when he was very cautious about calling them crystals. I read his patent, and he did say the word crystal in there, but when he did the spoken interview with that Indian guy, he didn't call it a crystal oscillator. Yeah, you're right, Drift Speed. I don't want to squander it. I gotta build something. I feel like I'm closer. Like if I didn't buy these batteries, then my legitimate excuse is, well, my computer stopped working at 5 o'clock because of the heat, and then I have to go to sleep, and nothing works. But now I'm going to be able to have more hours into the evening. Thank you, Drift Speed. And thank you for your help, Drift Speed. You bought me that beautiful inverter. That's really made a big difference. It's allowed me to have air conditioning from like 8 in the morning till 5. That's 9 hours. I'm getting there, baby stepping it. I need to call my psychiatrist and try to get that medication. Oh no. Well, let me send you some money. All right. I'll send you $100 if that will help. What is your, oh, all right. If you want, I'll send you 100. Okay, well, I'm here if you need me. Yeah. Anytime if you're ever in a jam, just email me and I'll be able to help you out. Lots of good things happened in the last few weeks. My car got fixed. I bought insulation. I bought batteries for more air conditioning hours. Last night I thought, well, If the air conditioning is not strong enough, I have 2 air conditioners. I have a brand new 11,000 BTU. That's 8,000 BTU. And I got 11,000 BTU. And I could buy another inverter and I could run 2 air conditioners if I need to. So I got the resources to fight this hot winter, hot summer. Just honor my 2 tickets on the anti-gravity spaceship and I'm good. No problem. I give you 10 tickets. I shaved yesterday, first time in like 3 or 4 months. It's been so chilly. Well, I'm pulling it politically incorrect. We'll see if there's anything to talk about. Oh, I've already been here 51 minutes. Wow. I think today's news is going to be all about the stock market and how the tariffs are affecting things. I think somebody's saying 10-year treasury rates are dropping. Is this accelerationism? Thank you, Drift Speed. That's awesome, dude. Thank you. Ten tickets. You can have as many as you want, quite frankly. Trump starts a war confirmed. This is the plot to Phantom Menace. Oh no, I don't want to have to watch. Wasn't Phantom Menace like a bad Star Wars movie? Trump approval fails to 43%. How? Well, you know, there's so many people in this economy who are buying knickknacks from Amazon. I've had women say to me, yeah, I'm addicted to TUMU and buying just unnecessary things. I think people just like getting something in the mail. It's like a little present that you give to yourself. You got the ritual of opening the box. I like the prequels when you could do a gaming stream since you haven't played many games. It'd be fun to see you play them for the first time. Dark Souls and Fallout 3 and New Vegas or Minecraft. Yeah, well, I guess I could buy a computer because I'm not sure even how I would play Minecraft. I mean, is that on PlayStation or Xbox, or do you play it on the internet? Is it software for a PC computer? I'd like to play a race car game, a game where you're driving. That might be fun. The market has extreme fear of the stock market. I think I was starting to say, are we in accelerationism? Yeah, the next 2 days are going to be severe Trump bashing. He ruined it. I said it last night. I'll say it to this audience. all the anti-Elon Musk and anti-Tesla, well, they are about to release new products. The robot taxi, and the robot bus. That should bring them lots of money. And I think this is just a manufactured, it's a way to manufacture the stock to drop, because they know they're going to pump it hard. So then maybe in a month or two from now, all the news will be about this great new product from Elon Musk. The stock will rise. So the big investors are just pushing the stock down, scaring people out of it, and then they're going to be buying it right here, the low. We could be approaching the low, the bottom, the dip, buy on the dip kind of thing. If people are talking about retaliatory. Let's look at this here. Uh-oh, my screen is greasy. Let's fix that real quick. Where's my towel? It's kind of fixed. We need an economic crash. The economy needs to fucking crash. In the long run, it'll be better for everyone. If it falls and falls really hard, sure, short term is going to cause a lot of pain, but a crash has to happen at some point. It's better that it happens now. All right, Drift Speed, have a great day. Thank you for being here, and thanks for the $2, man. I appreciate it. Peace out, Drift Speed. iPhone prices could surge 43%, pushing an $800 phone to $1,100. Well, I bought my iPhone for $200 used. I'm satisfied. You know, it overheats easy. It overheated on me yesterday when I was streaming with Lily. Wolves and bears teaming up. This is so cute. This wolf and bear pair were documented traveling, hunting, and sharing food together for 10 days. Wow. That's kind of cool. Interspecies cooperation. Well, if wolves and bears can work together, then so can Christians and Jews. You know, for all the people who hate Jews, start your own bank. Start your own Hollywood company. You see how easy it is. You know, the moment you become a business owner, you see what a nightmare the population is. The population is rambunctious. Look at like Waffle House. What are you trying to say, Wayne? You know who I'm talking about. Forget about minorities. What about Karen's Gone Wild? Oh, this is a nice right up here. Trump crash. Red is the color of make Israel great again. Red means winning. This is what winning looks like. Massive wealth transfer from rich boomers to young workers. Oh, Brit's here. We were made homeless on our honeymoon. Oh no, that's terrible. I'm just out of things to say. Well, let me thank everybody for being here. Drift Speed, Pat Paulson, Mr. Wizard, Haberman. Maybe I'll be here tonight, not sure. All right, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.